Hey, Bearassers. Some of our content may be offensive or triggering. Your feelings don't affect our opinions on the show. You're offended? You can kiss our bare asses.
Hey everybody, what's happening? It's time for another episode of the Bare Ass Podcast.
Podcast,
Podcast.
All right. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Episode 15.
Episode 15. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just flew in tonight for this one.
You did. That was a long flight, wasn't it?
It was worth it, you know.
Yeah, I came from Mexico.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I seen you at the airport with all the paparazzi around you.
Yeah. They were wanting to know about the podcast. They were like, "Are you from the Bears podcast?" I was like, "Why, yes, I am."
Yeah, and John pulled in his new hovercraft this evening. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I mean,
pretty sweet.
Blew a lot of leaves around the yard.
A Lamborghini hovercraft. Yeah, we're doing big things here at the Bare Ass Podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. Big things with candles. What's with the candles tonight?
What is with that?
Well, I wanted to use it as a representation because, people always are, have life coaches or, personal trainers to work out, lose weight, whatever, dietitians.
Gurus.
Yeah, like the Tony Robbins guy who's the motivational speakers, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And, I basically think that I go inwards, which is you're trying to master yourself. That's the mastery of oneself. You're going in, you're trying to brush away the cobwebs, find out things that, unkink things, that have stopped you up in relationships and maybe moving forward in a career or whatever. You're finding out the things that hinder you in life. And sometimes you hold things that you got from people, maybe somebody, our words are power. So maybe things that someone said, they affect you, you hold on to it. Yep. And then once you clear all those things, you become illuminated. You realize, who you are, how special you are. And, that's also an awakening to the things going on around us. But, so those are those masters, those sages. And sometimes it'll be like Yogi or, the Dalai Lama or somebody like that. But a true master is someone who creates other masters. And that's what we want to do on the pod, is create other masters.
May I?
Yeah, you may. So as we illuminate ourselves, the aim is to illuminate others. We want to attract like-minded people, like-hearted people, the same type. And we actually want to do good here. We want to create a soul tribe. But that includes you guys. You are a huge part of this.
A huge part.
You can help.
Yep.
Just subscribe, share, get the news out.
It's simple and free.
Yes.
It really is. And, we would like to eventually, maybe even be a part of charities and start that kind of stuff and have you guys help be the engine for that. And we will show you.
Help.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help without all of you. Mm-hmm. So what do you think of that one, boys?
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a great idea. I'm in. I'm right here.
Let's do this.
We can start our own tribe of bare-assed people.
I want those skin drums, though. The ones,
Bongos?
Yeah, the good ones, too. Yeah. Not the cheap ones.
Goat skins.
Yeah. Stretch tight.
Yeah.
But I'm not asked for much.
So, I mean, that's, I think that's how we are actually going to affect some change, is we have to find people like us. We have to find people that aren't going to be naysayers. They're not going to be negative. I don't want to hear this. It's always been this way.
There's nothing I can do.
What can I do about it? What about my kids?
I'm just one person.
All the different things. It's that's what I mean. When you work on yourself and illuminate yourself and master yourself, and then you help guide others.
Fire.
It is. It's like wildfire. It's like dominoes. It's like the snowball effect. Whatever analogy you want to use. Mm-hmm. It's just going to raise the whole Earth's vibration. Matter of fact, this is even scientific. If one person has love in their heart and they have a positive, happy thought, they can offset 750,000 people who are in a low vibe, depressional, anxiety state. That's science.
Yeah,
like they know your heart can pump out this energy. Now they might not tell you guys this kind of stuff, and maybe your brain isn't like geared towards hearing information like that. You're not seeking stuff like that out. But that's why if you come across a person like me, I will enlighten you and I will tell you those kind of facts because it's true. So that means me being one person, being in a loving, positive state, can offset 750,000 people. So if we can have 1,000 people like me, 100,000, 1,000,000, do you understand how this world can change? It does not have to stay this way. We do not have to stay in this negative low state where only a few people win. These lizard motherfuckers, we need to do something.
Amen.
Yes.
So let's get together.
And get rid of the anxiety.
And we want
hate.
you. Matter of fact, we're going to make sure that you can see our email and our phone number, and you can call in or email, leave us anything you want to talk about, suggest anything.
bearasspodcast@gmail.com.
And soon our new landing page.
And website. Yeah, we're going to be worldwide pretty soon.
Do you think anxiety is just self-inflicted trauma? I do. Like I know people with anxiety and they're just always panicking. It's like, well, stop. You're just thinking. I think anxiety's got to be like a thought disease. I used to have horrible anxiety.
90% of it isn't even real.
Yeah, it's just all self-inflicted.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I think I still have a little anxiety. I have anxiety right now.
Like what? I'm going to die?
No.
I don't know.
Just anxiety about just the future.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Once I got to my late 30s, I was like, all right, fine. I didn't care about it anymore. Like, oh, what about the future? I'm like, whatever happens, happens. When I was 18 and had anxiety, I'm like, oh, I'm so young. I can't die yet. All right, I haven't experienced this or that. And now it's just like, meh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. I base everything off a scale. Like our friendship's at 22%. My anxiety's at like 56%.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it changes up and down depending on
thought
how much I have to see you every day.
I thought we were at 100%, buddy. I thought we finally made it to 100% after almost 2 years now.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Well, the key is that
We are 100%.
the key really is to find the infinite now. Forget the past.
Forget the future.
Forget the future. It's like right now we are in.
Forget the future, huh?
There really is no future or past.
It hasn't happened.
You're just living in
There's
the
only
moment.
now, dude.
Yeah.
Keep it between the dash. You know, it's like an AA saying. It's like you have your birth date and your death date.
That's it.
The only time that matters is the dash in the middle.
Yep.
That's when you're alive, dude.
You could wake
That's
up.
right now.
You could wake up tomorrow, walk into your kitchen to get a coffee, and a jet engine could fall off a plane, crash through your roof, and squish you.
So let's
happened.
Let's be happy. Let's be joyous. Let's be positive. Let's make change now.
Your candle is lit, buddy.
It's always now.
All right. Friendship, 125 each.
But that can
always now.
fluctuate.
Fluctuates maybe. Depends on my mood. But
But
now,
you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
It's
I'm
the
serious.
infinite now.
Yes, absolutely.
Infinite now.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And always live that way. And I'm telling you, your life will get better. Infinitely. No pun.
Intended.
Our life's already gotten better
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Every day I rise.
every day.
I don't wake up in morning. I rise.
we don't mourn.
I rise at dawn.
And keep in mind that all three of us have been down in the dirt.
The gutter.
Oh yeah.
So you guys aren't the only one out there.
We understand that. That's the thing. That's why it's called, empathy and sympathy. There's a reason why people have that. Is because we've been there. Mm-hmm. I've
All
been
the
in
way.
the darkest places you can be. I shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean,
and me three.
grateful. Gratitude like
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe. And if you live like that, the more and more you practice that, every time you have a negative thought, it's a demon. Get rid of it. Exercise it.
Yep.
It's no good. It will only drag you down. It'll only be an anchor. I'm telling you.
All three of us are scars that you can't cut anymore.
Amen.
The meat is thick.
I think
can't cut us
I think
anymore.
if everyone in this country had to live a month in the poorest country for 2 weeks, and we all had to come back, this country would be a different place.
I'll bet you if we did that, we wouldn't want to leave. We'd want to stay there.
And fix it.
Because, well, I'm telling you, I've been around, when we went to Dominica, I was around people who didn't have anything, man. It
Never
was second, third world.
I'm talking
And you know
about
what?
though
They were
Getting-
happy.
trying to find food in a rotting sewer and drinking.
Well, that's different. That would be like a despot. Like,
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is just a normal,
Super poor, but
your
living.
normal,
Yeah.
second, maybe touching third world. You know what I'm saying? Like they have food and they work and stuff, but but it's not much. It's hardly anything.
There's plenty of third world there, man.
So what I'm saying is I've seen those people and they're happier than Americans who have everything.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to say, I think if you went there, you wouldn't want to leave. I didn't want to.
Very true.
So I would rather eat limes and fresh fish and get a tan and not have nothing than be in this hole that all you got to do is fight. There is no, dude, parasitic bills alone. It's a fucking crime. That's what it is. Seriously, parasitic bills. You can't own nothing. They just constantly keep taking from you.
Yeah.
You can never get ahead because they're constantly taking. And how did they own it? Who gave them permission to fucking own?
Absolutely. Every time you had $1,500 or have $1,500, the next day you have $140.
Oh,
then you wait another 2 weeks to have that.
And then they
same
take it
thing.
again.
No,
And
that's
it's
how
just
you-
over.
yeah.
and over
That's
and
why I
over.
call it parasitic bills.
Yeah.
That's why I want to teach the bare ass tribe, our soul tribe, what we need to do. We need to invest together and create living trusts to safeguard all our assets and all our wealth. That's what we need to do. And we all need to start making tiny towns of 25 people at least. And we can create our own constitutions and become our own countries. We need to create a parallel society and separate from them.
We do. We need
And
to.
I'm telling you, when everybody else sees how well we thrive, they will leave the old system. It is crumbling. It's over. Get it through your head. The voting ain't going to work. Protesting ain't going to. Those days are done. It's called action time.
Action
and it's
time.
time that we get together, and you need to find people who resonate with you, vibe with your tribe. You will find them.
We need to make that thin raft a lot thicker and larger.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. Amen. I said amen. Is that good enough?
So is everybody vibing? I mean, do we?
I'm vibing with my tribe. And,
Kind of scaring me again here, but
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
all right. I'll be calm.
Well, for those in the back that didn't hear it, amen.
There is no fear. There's danger. That's real, but I don't have fear. Fear doesn't exist in my body because I know who backs me. The big guy who created everything, so I don't care about. Death is not a threat. So
Just a portal.
it's just like, oh, you're sending me home early? Okay. Right?
Yeah.
But danger is real, right? I don't want to get hit by a car. I don't want to get shot by a bullet. It's not like I'm asking and begging for something like that.
wanna
But
fall
what
off a
I'm
building.
saying is if the worst result is death, you don't scare me. So I don't have fear as such. You understand what I'm saying? And a person who truly has a relationship with the Yahuwah, the Creator, he doesn't have a spirit of anxiety or fear. He fears nothing. He's fearless.
Yep.
Just like a lion fighting 20 hyenas. No fear.
100%.
And that's who I'm trying to gather together. A bunch of lions.
Fearless lions.
It's time. It's time for the feast. Because we're hungry. We're hungry and we're not satisfied with table scraps anymore.
We'll pull the skin off and find the lies in the meat.
Yeah.
And the liver, the juiciest part.
We actually won't do that, but we'll do things close to it.
Yes, indeed.
So I heard you got a fresh movie you just watched, huh? That you were all excited about when you got here. Had to tell everybody right away.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't want to tell them the secret
You don't?
of the best movie ever made.
Best movie ever made.
Yes.
That's a bold statement right
Yeah.
there.
And he's keeping it.
Well, what's your top 5 list of your greatest movies of all time?
Greatest movie of all time, huh?
What is the number one greatest if you had...
Well, I mean, I would say, I don't know, ones that I've watched a lot. Jeremiah Johnson, old. I mean, that's old school,
I
like
haven't heard of
Western.
that.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Remember, he, had to be in the horse in the winter in the belly, cut it open. I watched that probably 50 times when I was a kid. And like, obviously all the classics of like Goodfellas and Casino.
Well, can it be TV shows too? Or
Oh
is it-
yeah.
So, like, maybe there's a time when
Grizzly
we don't
Adams.
have to run.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I used to watch that too all the time.
That was probably the
Grizzly
one.
Adams fucking rocked, man.
Yeah, I watched that when I was a kid. I watched it growing up, and I was like, man, this is awful, but I love it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Old number
It's just
7.
pure goodness.
Or
you know?
like Flipper.
Yeah, fuck
they call him Flipper.
Flipper was the
Flipper.
shit.
Rin
No.
Tin Tin.
Gilligan's Island
That was badass.
was the baddest. And then Good Times.
I really like Ginger.
About Knight Rider.
Good Time. Knight Rider was stupid as hell.
Mary Ann
Awesome.
wasn't bad either.
Well, I was stupid as hell, but I constantly watched was Chips.
Oh yeah, Chips.
California Highway Patrol.
It's the best. Poncherello and
Yes.
Bake was-
Always jumping.
Yeah.
Man, wiping out those bikes. And fuck Chips, man.
Oh, we're gonna fight after this podcast.
No.
The Rockford Files. Jim Rockford. Angel.
Yeah. A-Team.
Well, there was a show I couldn't stand as a kid that I was forced to watch at my grandma's house. MASH.
Mash.
But hey, man.
Green Acres.
Green Acres is the place to be, man.
Petticoat Junction. What Partridge Family.
Oh, fuck Partridge. And obviously,
That 70s show.
here's a
was good.
story of a man named Brady.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch.
Fuck them.
Yeah, one of the guys from that 70s show's got life in prison.
Yeah, for like SA stuff.
Yeah, it's, rapping a underage minor.
Yeah.
Raping an underage minor.
That was that
Danny-
70s. Oh,
Danny
yeah, that's
Masterson.
right. I heard
Masterson,
about that.
yep.
I heard
Yeah,
about that.
man. I don't
That's
get
a-
it. I don't get how you have that much money and then you fucking
Do that.
Yeah.
throw your life away doing that. Like, you could have any woman you want with that kind of money and fame. It just boggles my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I never got to hear your top 5
Well,
movies.
Well, I'm a big fan of Aliens, man. So Prometheus, I thought was a pretty awesome movie, but that's just me. You know, I just liked how it was done and the story, and it explained a lot. And
Well, if you-
aliens.
What if you, so that would be the movie you picked if you got locked in a room for 2 years and they put one movie on repeat.
Well, I was locked in a room for a few months, and that's all I watched.
Wow.
I did that. I drank a couple cases of beer and put that movie in and passed out in my
repeat.
own drool every night. But, you know, those times are over, so...
John?
Top 5.
No, just if, what movie would you put on repeat if somebody
forever.
If you got to pick one movie locked in a room for 2 years straight,
Well, I mean,
and they gave you one movie that you could watch over and over and over, what would it?
what about Bob?
What about Bob? Oh shit!
You know, because I'd be like him by the end.
Right, just like going crazy. Shit. I think I would pick. I think I'd pick Pulp Fiction
Really? Over and over.
over and over, just because you can never.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of
Yeah.
the shadow
Yeah.
of death,
Yeah,
Man. Yeah, that was a pretty cool movie.
it
I will
was.
fear no evil.
And every time you watch it, you're like trying to figure it out. Still to this day, the meaning of it.
Yeah, what was in that briefcase?
Yeah.
Remember Seven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
Brad Pitt.
The end, the head was in the
Oh,
box.
yeah, it was his wife, right?
Yeah.
He was pissed off.
a good movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be rough.
That would be
Clockwork
horrible.
Orange was amazing.
Very.
The
that was
Shining.
the
Stanley Kubrick, man. He
the Shinnin.
the Shining.
You know what the Shining is? It's like people who have powers, like psychic.
To see dead people.
Yeah, they're like psychic, and well, more than just that, like just the other realm. It's like
Man, Jack Nicholson was amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
way
One flew over the cuckoo's nest, another
Yeah.
one.
all
the
work
way
and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
The way he progressively got
crazier.
slightly crazier throughout the whole movie.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your fucking brains in.
What was that? Hey, welcome to Jack in the Box Burger. May I take your order?
That was on the radio show. Remember?
Yeah, I'll take a small fry.
Take a what was it? A pie, fry, and large.
A
coffee?
strawberry shake, and he's like, "We ain't got no fries. You have to order something else." And then by the end of it came, he's like, "Listen, asshole, I'm gonna stuff that fucking strawberry shake up your ass." So
What was it? That Vietnam Rain? Was it Rain? The Deer Hunter?
Oh yeah,
That was a good
That
flick.
was
When they
awesome.
were all sitting in that hut, captured, playing Russian roulette.
hey, I got a story. I got a story to tell. So
Story time with Uncle Joel.
story time, here it comes. So that Deer Hunter movie, me and my old man lived in the back of a liquor store. There was an apartment in the back of it, and this guy that owned the liquor store, he was a scumbag. Anyways, he was into porn. I was young, but he had all kinds of porn on those laser discs. Anyways, he took the Deer Hunter movie, and there was a scene where all those, I call them Marines, they're out in that swamp, and they're looking at this little hut, and he's like, "Can you see in the window?" And the one guy goes up closer, and he's trying to see what's in the window, and then he cut in a scene of a porno of these people just banging hard, and then they go back to the rig, and the guy's like, "Whoa, they're fucking blah, blah, blah."
Whoa,
And
shit.
anyways, I asked him, because we were supposed to bring like war movies in for school to watch, and we had a Laserdisc player there. And I asked him if I could have the war movie. I didn't know it was on there. And he goes, "Sure, take it." And I brought it, and my teacher reviewed it, and the porn popped up. Not during the viewing, but she was watching
Screening?
it, and I got in huge trouble, man.
Whoa.
He cut in this fucking scene on there. But it wasn't on the Laserdisc. It was on a tape. It was on a VHS tape.
Oh.
But he recorded it and did the editing on that. He was all into that shit. But yeah. So
Principal's office for you.
yeah, my old man got pretty pissed at him. I think my old man probably got free liquor for a week out of that deal. Why I got whatever kind of detention.
Yeah, in school suspension. or
Yeah.
Nothing cool like you had to stay home.
And he called me a doper.
Dope.
That's what my old man would call me if he ever smelt weed on me. "You're going to be a fucking doper when you get older." I'm like, I'm already a doper.
Doper. I like that.
A
That's funny.
doper, yeah.
Wow.
Why he swigged fucking
Why
pints
he
of
sat there
peppermint schnapps for
pissed-
breakfast, you know?
He'd piss drunk calling you
Yeah.
a doper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing about circling back to like the being illuminated and doing work inward. When you talk about other people, like their deficiencies, usually it's a mirror and you have the same problem.
Yeah.
So like,
He just had a different problem.
yeah, like and when people, and like if somebody says, "I just say it like it is," like I don't care about feels. That's because they have the same problem
Yeah.
and they're just projecting it onto you.
Yeah, nobody ever.
Just like a cheater.
No.
You're cheating on me, but really they're the one who's been cheating all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yes, sir. It's a
Yeah,
sad
you
story.
never hear anybody like, "Oh, I'm such a fucking piece of shit. I can't stop smoking crack. I need to get my shit together." It's always you.
Yeah, somebody else is to blame.
Yeah. It's your fault I smoke crack.
Yeah.
I suppose we should probably enter into the rubber room quick for a little bit, since we got all that craziness going on.
Time for the rubber room.
You guys thought I was gone,
Oh,
didn't ya?
wow.
I'm not fucking gone.
We thought it was Sam Squatch free this
You
time.
guys thought you were done with me? Fuck no. I'm here to introduce the rubber
I
room.
can see Blake had his hopes up.
Yeah, that's right. I'm right here. Take a goddamn good look at me.
I see.
Rubber room time.
That's way too
Well,
much.
I don't know if any of you guys been hearing any of the jazz going on, but it's all in, we always have to be careful with our language. It's the convid
The convid.
situation.
Yeah.
Well, the FDA, it came out that they booted the top safety people for the jabberoonies.
Whoa.
And so
People are still getting those?
no. Well, what I'm saying
People are
is
still
no,
wearing masks
no.
everywhere I go.
Dude, when it came time for it to be approved, like it's safe or whatever,
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
there was people who said no, don't do it. In other words, the majority of them, because they're safety people. That's what they do, and it wasn't. So they got rid of them so they could get it through the emergency deal.
Yeah.
And so, and then also all week, guess who's been getting grilled by Congress? Rat-faced Fauci.
Oh, my God. I got to.
Rat face.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah,
piece of shit.
he needs to be publicly,
Yeah.
on television, so everybody knows never to do it again. What's her name? MG, Marjorie Taylor
Marjorie
Greene.
Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I seen a clip with her, and she was like, he needs to be tried for crimes against humanity and put in prison for life for what he's done. Millions of people he's harmed. So, yeah, he got grilled. So, I don't know if you find something you can show that little rat face, that Keebler elf looking motherfucker. Oh, if I was in a room alone with him. Holy shit.
You'd exchange phone numbers and email?
Yeah. I mean, I've only had 3 family members die because of him.
He asked today about the guy seated right behind Dr. Anthony Fauci
great.
during that heated hearing about
That
the
was
pandemic
beautiful.
on Capitol Hill. He kept mugging for the camera during the most serious moments, and wait till you hear who he turned out to be. Megan Alexander reports.
Who let this guy in? A knucklehead made mocking
What?
gestures as he sat right behind Dr. Anthony Fauci during yesterday's fiery congressional hearing.
The vast majority of Americans appreciate your work over the years.
No,
Look what
we
happens
do
as
not.
Fauci speaks emotionally about threats to his family.
That's
They've
crazy
involved
that
my
he got
wife
in there
and my
to do this.
3 daughters.
Incredibly, the guy doing all that mugging is 30-year-old Brandon Fellows. And get this, he was released from federal prison just 2 weeks ago after
So
serving
what?
3 years for his role in the January 6th
So what?
attack on the Capitol.
He was
That's a hero.
falsely.
That day
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
senator's office in a bizarre disguise.
We all know this government is criminal.
Fellows is a former logger
Period.
from upstate New York. He received a stiff prison term in part because he insisted on calling his trial judge a Nazi.
Because he
Not a
was.
good idea. The judge told him to grow up and tacked an extra 5 months on his sentence.
And that judge should go
He
to
was
prison
later
for
ordered
that.
out of the hearing, shouting that Fauci should be in prison.
He should be.
What is that? Do we need to listen to that?
He should go to the gallows.
He was escorted out.
Yeah. Okay, good.
There is uproar on social media. You'd think a convicted J6 terrorist would be banned for life by Capitol Police, one posted. And this, a seat right behind
Yeah,
Dr.
right.
Fauci? How? Dr.
How are
Fauci
these
is asking the same question.
They're cherry
Somebody
picking
like-
these people. They're cherry picking these people that they're pointing out that they're defending Fauci. I'll guarantee you, anybody with worth a lick, if they investigated it, they would know that they were paid for. These people are actors. They're not real. Because if you talk to anybody who's fucking real and isn't a mental midget, they know that that everything about this government is criminal. Period. That's it. End of talking.
Yes, I like that rant.
Wow.
Well, I mean, how much clearer can it be? I mean, you'd have to have what, room temp IQ for it to not be noticed. Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell, dude? I mean, you'd have to be in a veggie state to not see this. You'd have to be like Biden. You'd have to be scrambled egg brains. Like, you'd have to be Weekend at Bernie's, just like Biden. Well, you know what? It's not working out for him anymore.
Yeah. What else we got in the rubber room?
Well, we have AOC and Bernie.
Yeah.
They were chased out of their own rally.
What?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's over for these motherfuckers, man. Even their own...
Chased out by the crowd of people.
Their own people. Liberals.
Why? Why'd they chase them out?
Because they don't agree with the stuff they're doing. They're signing on to stuff that even their own people don't like.
What, is Bernie running for president again?
No, they're probably stumping for Biden or something. You know what I mean?
Bernie the socialist.
Yeah, it was rallies is what they were, where they were at. And these people are like booing them and, you know, fuck you and whatever. You know what I mean? They're like, they're scumballs because they sold everybody out. Like Bernie, remember when Feel the Burn was going? He he legitimately had people, though. I'm not saying I agree with what he was saying. What I'm saying is he did have a movement.
He did.
But the Democrats robbed it from him, and he let it happen. He gave it to Hillary.
100%.
Because they wanted Hillary in.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you that, unfortunately, even though he had a grassroots, he is not a good person. He plays with the rats. He's a rat. He's a demo rat. And dude, the Republicans, they're rats too. Like there's only a handful of these motherfuckers that should even be there. You know what I mean? On both sides, and the independents too.
Yeah.
Like they're compromised in one way or another. And the few that aren't, the news tries to make them look awful. Like that Green, you know, Marjorie or whatever her name is.
Marjorie Taylor.
Yeah, she's like a normal person who got into office. She's like one of us who made it in like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And she's like trying to fight this shit. And you know, and I understand, like, you know, people from the other side would be triggered just because that she's a Republican or conservative or whatever, or Christian, and because she loves God and Jesus. And, you know, people need to get over that shit.
Yeah.
Like, really. I mean, you know what's around the table all the time that you're not supposed to talk about?
What?
Politics and religion.
Yeah.
And you know what I say? Fuck that. That's what we always need to be talking about. That's why we are in this fucking clown world. Is because we never talk about it. Well, guess what? Get out of your safety bubbles, because those days are over. We're going to be talking about it, and you're going to have to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, violence comes. That's what happens. It's called history.
History always repeats itself.
So maybe it's time.
About to repeat.
Yeah, maybe it's time that this revolution is a love revolution. You know what I mean? Like, we raise everything. We don't follow the same old patterns that we've been doing for 7,000 years or however long.
Yeah.
A new method, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again.
And
History repeats.
Different result.
Yeah. Let's learn from it, and let's do something different.
Did you watch the debates the other night?
Unfortunately.
What a shit show.
I could only stomach so much of it, and then I watched highlights. And it's about what I thought. I mean, it's mash brains.
We gotta defeat Medicare.
Did you see him like shut down for 20 seconds?
Yeah. He had an earpiece. Somebody.
It was Obama.
Pulled a clip, and
Barry. Barry was whispering.
But I came across this, which was kind of sad. Just comparing the debates from 2008 to 2024. I mean, check this out. It's kind of sad. If it would fucking play, because nothing ever works on the Bare Ass Podcast.
Yay!
A middle-class tax cut to 95% of working Americans, those who are working 2 jobs, people who are not spending enough time with their kids because they are struggling to make ends meet. Senator McCain is right that we've got to stabilize housing prices, but underlying that is...
You have the morals of an alley cat. Give me a minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star. Americans, workers, are the best in the world. They are the fundamental aspect of America's economy. They're the most innovative. They're the best. They're most at best. We're the best exporters. We're the best importers. They're most effective. They are the best workers in the.
The person on this stage is a convicted felon. Is the man I'm looking at right now, and
because he indicted me. Because I was his opponent.
I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing. Hey, let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn.
Let's not act like children.
You are a child. Look, if
I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He's not.
No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about.
Oh boy. I mean, it just reminds me where the movie. Speaking of movies, have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
It's
that
literally
predicted the future.
It did, because it's literally happening in real time right now.
When that came out, I knew that was the future.
Yeah.
That's a movie, huh? I thought
You
it was
gotta
some
watch
kind of a
it.
documentary.
Yeah, this average dude is like frozen, and then he comes back in the future, and he's like the smartest person. But he's not. Everybody's dumb.
I thought
they water plants with Gatorade and shit.
Wow.
It's like it's dude, you have to see it.
You gotta watch it, but
you'll love it.
Oh my god! I mean,
you'll laugh so hard because it's like Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
Hey, speaking of that, that's my brother's wife. That's her first cousin, Luke and Owen.
Wow.
Yep.
Really?
Crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
So there's my rub with fame right there.
Wow.
3 degrees of separation for me. Never met him though.
But I mean, all I got out of that debate was Trump's a better golfer than Biden. Biden wants us to defeat Medicaid because he rambled off in a speech, and then at the end of it, he just said, "Oh, we got to defeat Medicare or Medicaid or something." It made zero sense. He froze for like the 20, 30 seconds.
Oh, he locked up a bunch.
Yeah, and then just rambled.
All I know is, okay,
like, how can anybody
remove yourself out of like any kind of politic?
Yeah.
Just be like you're like a normal person.
The
you're
nursing
watching this.
home has an opening.
Yeah, if you're not, you don't vote and stuff. Just watch the debates and be like, okay, I have A and B.
And I don't want to hear the excuse, well, it's the lesser of two evils.
No.
That's why I picked that one versus that one. That drives me nuts.
They're obviously both bad. I mean, it's like shit sandwich with corn.
Yeah.
Like that's your choice. That's what they're giving you. But given that, I'll take the corn shit sandwich, which would be Trump. Mm-hmm. Because I'm just saying, if you're going off of just what you can see, and it's obvious that the other dude is not there, and everything that he signed is not lawful. It's all because he's not there.
He's just a puppet.
You can't sign contracts. You can't do that. He has no cognition. There's puppet masters that are puppeting him.
Oh, yeah. He walked over to his wife and she guided him.
She let him off.
Yeah, she let him off to his handler.
And then she's the one doing the speech at the end, talking. Joel really kicked butt in that, didn't he? And they're all,
so proud of my husband.
And then all those people they paid that they bust in that were there.
You didn't fuck up one sentence.
Yeah. He made it all the way through without gassing out. It's like, well, what speech did you watch?
Right.
Because he showed his what do you call it? The elder abuse right away. You could tell.
I was shocked to see CNN was, here's 9 lies that Biden told.
Yeah, I know.
Usually they'd be like, Trump this, he's a felon, blah, 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 blah. So it's like...
somebody finally stepped up.
I have one more quick deal before we slam the rubber room shut.
Okay.
There was a study that showed that 33% higher risk of dementia for people who use acid reflux drug.
Really?
And also fluoride is tied to that dementia thing too. So that's a new study that came out. So that's something that people should like be very careful of.
Don't use fluoridated toothpaste or get fluoride at the dentist.
Yeah.
Aluminum free
deodorant.
Deodorants.
Yep. I do not use aluminum.
Believe me, people, my grandma had Alzheimer's, and it's not fun. It's not pretty.
Imagine. You have no idea what's going on. You're just lost.
Not cool at all, and it's preventable. So, unfortunately, we don't have a real justice system because all these companies would be shut down and all their money would be taken and given to the people they harmed. But right now we don't have a justice system. So until we take over everything, unfortunately right now you're going to have to protect yourself. And that includes the food. I wouldn't be putting sunscreens on anymore. No. If the sun's too hot, get the fuck out of the sun.
Sunscreen is what causes skin cancer.
It is. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
It is.
Opinions.
Take some of our mosquito spray and spray that all over yourself and go enjoy your picnic. Frying your body out with the shit.
I don't use sunscreen.
I mean, really, we are responsible for our own temples. I mean, we can't rely on the FDA and all these other. They don't care. No. They're all bought and paid for. They don't give a rat's. They really don't. They're all cronies. It's all. That's a thing too. People who hate capitalism. We don't have capitalism.
It's crony capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, the winners are picked. Mm-hmm. That's not capitalism.
It's crony capitalism, 100%.
True capitalism is the risks you take or the profits you make. And guess what? If you lose, you lose. You don't get bailed out.
Bailed out.
I mean, why are these companies and banks getting bailed out? We don't get bailed out. They don't bail us out.
Well, I remember the 2008 bailouts, and then some of the Congress people came out and said, yeah, we basically got threatened. And
they said they'd shut the country down. They'd lose their rating or whatever.
They said it would be anarchy by morning if they didn't pass it.
Yeah, and that right there, that's coercion, So that's illegal right there. Yeah. Like everything... I'm not saying I'm some sort of law expert, but I understand the law well enough. And I know that all these people are criminals. I know it. It ain't that hard to prove it. It's right in front of us. There's all the white papers. I mean, it's not, we just need to decide to round them up and investigate because you're going to find it. It's all there. I mean, think about it. Like the Bidens. There's something I came across. It's the whole Biden thing. I seen information about. They were saying 5 Bidens, 130 something LLCs, all this stuff. Like there's like thousands of different bank accounts. All this stuff, zero product. Zero services. They don't. What they do is launder money.
Yeah. Well, he went from
in my opinion,
he went from like $1 million like 3 years ago. And now he's worth like 9 or 10 million. How do you get that?
And then his family too. Yeah. They all got money too.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, the worst one, the biggest example is Nancy. Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Piss Pants Pelosi.
My God, they did the math. In order for her to like legitimately make that money with the wage that she makes, which is like a couple $100,000 a year, it's 3,500 years that she would have to work.
Yeah, it's nuts. But she earned every bit of it, buddy.
Oh, she's a clairvoyant when it comes to stocks.
She doesn't lose.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
So we can slam the rubber room shut.
Well, bam,
and we can end the pod with. A fan favorite.
Yeah.
Fan favorite.
The moon landing.
Was it real?
Was it real or was it fake?
Did we really go to the moon or was it Memorex?
I don't know. What do you think? Was it real?
Oh, you know me. I think it was so made up Hollywood bullshit, and anybody that buys it needs to wake up.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
That's right.
Yeah.
Chili's.
That's right. with their Jeep on their set, bouncing around.
Well, all I know is if I go, a little off road, I don't have cell service. And apparently they were talking to him crystal clear on the moon.
On a ringer.
From a landline.
This is perfectly clear. Oh, it's great. I'm talking to the moon right now.
Oh, we lost the technology to go to the moon, but we're like light years technology ahead of where we were in 1967.
We could never figure out the calculations to launch a bottle.
Why have we never been back?
Exactly. So it's fake. It's been decided.
No, I'm wholly convinced it's bull. It's complete BS. I don't think you can leave this realm.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't let us explore anymore. Mm-hmm. You can't go to the North Pole and you can't go to the South
Pole.
There's a reason, because there's more land and there's more things. I mean, the what is it, the Del Negra or El Negra, the Black Rock Mountain that's at the North Pole. You can look at the wind charts and you can see there's something huge that blocks the wind. And it's 33 nautical miles. That's how big the mountain is, and it's magnetic. That's why all compasses point north. That's what expels the northern lights. It's not the sun. It's the Black Rock, and that's what the company that owns everything is called, Black Rock. I mean, hello?
Yep.
They're hiding it for a reason. Now, I've heard back in the day that when I had done all my deep digging, there was something called blood over intent, and there was these guys who, it's basically a type of magic is what it is.
Black rock magic.
But the compass is compass. That's what it is. That's the way to heaven, they claim, is the North Pole, and that's why nobody's allowed there. You can't even see satellite shots. If you look at it, it looks like a donut hole.
Yeah, no, I've looked.
They block it out.
Google's Earth looks so fucked up. It's like, this does not look.
It's not real.
This is so fucking.
And there was leaked footage supposedly of Russians that flew over the North Pole, and they showed it, and there was this huge vortex going around the Black Rock or whatever of energy. Like you could see it, in the clouds swirling.
I've seen that same footage. You're looking out the window.
Pretty wild looking. And according to certain old, traditions and thoughts, is that's where the actual Garden of Eden was. That's the stump of the tree of life.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The energy left.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, directly above the Black Rock is the star that never moves, Polaris, the North Star, which is where the feet of Yahuwah, where his throne sits. So that's where he's above the earth, on top of it. The earth is his footstool. That's what it describes. And then there's pillars underneath and stuff. And, that's why, if you go off of ancient descriptions, all of them, like over 200, describe the same thing, an enclosed system that has a dome and a sun and moon inside and stars hanging. And like some might say we're on a turtle's back, or some might say this or that, but it's all the same. Just like over 200 different peoples have a flood myth, which I don't believe is a myth, because all over there's evidence that there was a great flood.
We were flooded.
And, they also,
The reset.
they discovered an ocean that's like 4 times the size of our oceans in the inner earth. So that's where the water went that covered the mountaintops. It went into the earth. I think it's heavy water that came from heaven. It's heavier, denser than the water we're used to. And that's why it's down, because it's dense. It sinks. Does that not make sense? I mean,
I've seen much on it. So.
Crazy.
And that's what, in the garden before the rain, what it was is it used to mist. So in the nighttime and in the morning, you'd wake up and everything would have dew on it. So it would be like a spring that came out, and it would just mist everything naturally. And then what happened is when the flood time came, he opened up the earth and waters came out, and he opened up the windows in heaven, which would be part of the dome opening, and then the waters above dump. So probably like what this is my opinion, what I think it might be is that we are under an infinite ocean.
Could be.
And we're just this little snow globe. And who knows how many more snow globes. There might be infinite peoples that we're gonna probably meet later. Because see, and most people don't study. They listen to a preacher and all that stuff. They don't, plus there's missing books and all kinds of things. And all these other religions have illumination. They have truth. They just call it something else, Like they'll say creator or the universe or, the spirit or whatever. But it's all the same. Source. There's different. But it is the creator. It is the original where everything comes from.
Yeah.
That's what everybody talks about, So eventually we're going to get back to being with him. Eventually that's what's going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? So like this is like a temporary home. This ain't even.
It's the meat locker.
Pretty much, dude. It's the meat locker. I like that.
Speaking of trees.
Did we speak of trees?
Yeah, you mentioned some trees earlier.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Back again. Sasquatch back.
I suppose it's about that time, huh?
It's about that time, but I just wanted to let you know what else trees are good for.
Yeah.
Making arcs.
Wow.
Yeah, that is true.
Crazy.
Gopher wood.
Gopher wood.
Gopher wood.
Sasquatches love gopher wood.
Grows in Florida.
And speaking of that wraps up this wood, boys. We're out of here.
All right.
Later.
Don't forget to send any info to the Bare Ass
Podcast at gmail.com.
Bare Ass Podcast.
Like and subscribe for more to come.
See ya.